Hi everyone, welcome back. So it is the 14th of January today, possibly. It's 2022. We're out in the veg garden again today, in the greenhouse. So today I'm going to be showing you how to plant, or how I plant, because obviously some people will have different opinions of how to do this. But this is a bare-rooted apple tree, and ideally needs to be put in the ground somewhere. But I'm going to put it in this big pot for now. So this is a 15 to 20 litre pot. So it won't be able to live in that forever, but till it gets a fair bit bigger, it'll be fine in that pot. So that's where I'm going to be putting that one. So this comes bare rooted. So all that means is they pull it up. This will be grown in the ground, and they take it up and they put the roots in a little bag, normally with some moss or a small amount of compost, just to keep the moisture in there. So this is ready to be planted when it's dormant. So it's dormant now, so it's got no leaves on it. So that means it's dormant. And it goes dormant throughout the winter because it's a deciduous tree, which just basically means it loses its leaves once a year and regrows its leaves in the spring. So this variety is Lord Lambourne, which is a type of apple, which I've never grown before, and I've never even tried one of these, but I read up on it and it sounds like a really nice variety. So that's that. So we're going to put that in this pot. So let's get back to you and we'll get started. So first things first, you need to make sure you've got your pot and your mixture of soil or compost. This is compost mixed with about 50% ratio of sharp sand. So that's ideal for putting things in pots with because it allows the water to drain freely. So I've put a good couple of inches in the bottom of this pot, and then we're going to put the plant in there with its roots. So I'll unwrap the roots from the bag and get back to you in a minute. Okay, so we're ready to plant this tree in here now. It's got a cable tie around it, so I'll have to cut that. So when you get your tree, its roots will come wrapped up in a plastic bag or something similar, and they normally stuff some moss or something in there with it. So it's got some good roots on there, and we're going to leave the bamboo stick in there, and we'll just make sure all these roots are going downwards. And whatever's in this bag is perfectly fine to just chuck in the pot. Looks like some cocoa core, so that's ideal because that holds moisture. So we'll mix that in with the soil sand mix that I've got in there, and we'll put this in this pot. So just place it in and try and spread the roots out as best you can. And then we can fill up the pot with some more soil. Just gradually fill in around the roots with your soil mix. You can just use standard multi-purpose compost. You don't have to add the sand. If you do that, just add a layer of stones or broken pottery at the bottom or something, just because the compost can block up the holes and then you end up with it just filling up with water. So when we fill it up, we're going to go up to about 2 or 3 inches past where the roots finish. So this is the root stock here, this bit. So that's where the variety of tree was grafted onto the rootstock. Now, they do that because these roots will be stronger than the tree's roots. So this will be a really healthy, strong growing rootstock. So it's able to suck up lots of moist nutrients and send it up to whatever variety of apple you decide. So we'll get the rest of this pot filled up. Okay, so that's that pot filled up. So I'm just gently pressing it down as I go. I don't want to turn it into a compact solid lump of soil, so don't be too rough when you put it down. But again, you don't want it too loose, so just give it a good firm down. And use as much of your pot as you can. You only need to leave an inch at the top, even a couple of centimetres is fine. That's a perfect amount there. That's good. So don't fill it up right to the brim because the water will just rush off the top and it won't absorb in. So, but you only need to leave a centimetre or so. And so that'll be perfectly fine in that pot now for a good few years. You can buy dwarf varieties, but this is just a standard tree, so but it's not to say you can't grow it in a pot. Right. So that's our apple tree. Should be nice and happy in that pot for at least a couple of years, I would say. At some point, it will need a bigger pot. So if you wanted to keep it in a pot, you can. There's nothing saying you can't grow a normal full-size apple tree in a pot. But you can buy specific varieties, which are dwarf varieties, or they will call them container varieties or patio varieties. But with a normal standard variety, it can still be grown in a pot. You may need a bigger pot than what I've got, but you can upgrade the pot as you go. As long as you keep it in check, so take the top off and train out the branches to however you want it to grow. It will be fine. There's no harm. So that's that one in its pot. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you found the information in this video useful. If you did, if you could subscribe to me, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate that. And any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And just want to say, by no means is this the perfect way to do it. This is how I do it, and this is how I do it successfully. So there may be people out there who say that I'm doing something wrong, but if it works, it works. There's no hard and set rules in gardening. If you have success doing something one way, then that's the way you like to do it. That's the way it goes. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye.